Hey everyone, this may be the best day in Beyond the Beeps yet. We are here with two NICU siblings to share their stories in immense wisdom with us. We have Reagan here, whose little sister Lori, you've heard a little bit about in a previous episode from her mother Shakima, and Braylon, whose little sister Eris. They were both in the NICU for a while. And they're here to share their stories, their feedback, give us some guidance as adults and as medical providers and how we can support NICU siblings better. And also to let the current NICU siblings out there know that they're not alone. They're not the first ones. They won't be the last. And that there's other big brothers and sisters who care about them. So welcome, Reagan, and welcome, Braylon, to Beyond the Beeps.
What's up?
Hi. Yeah, awesome. So this is a super, super great day. We're also going to have at the end of this show, we're going to bring in a developmental professional too. Um, Her name is Lena Acosta Sandal, and she is a developmental psychologist to give some feedback for our parents out there on what to do. But first, I want to chat with these two wise folks about their experience. Let's start with you, Reagan. Uh, Tell me a little bit about yourself. How old you are now, how old you were when your sister was in the NICU, and what things you like to do now.
Okay, so of course, my name is Reagan. I'm 15 years old. I just turned 15. And I think I was probably like 9 or 10 when my sister was in the NICU. But now I like to dance a lot. I just like to be very social with my friends and stuff. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Reagan. And Braylon, how about you? How old are you? How old were you when your sister was in the NICU? And what kind of things do you like to do?
Well, my senior year, I was like 7. I'm 14 right now. I'm finna turn 15 next month. And then I play high school football, so that takes all my time. Play at
Yeah.
Garden. So,
You play corner?
we just nah, I play at Garden in high school. I play receiver in corner though.
Garner. You play receiver. Okay. That's amazing. As a freshman?
Yeah, I'll rise and sophomore.
Rising sophomore. That's a big deal. Are you in two-a-days now?
No, we're gonna do 2 days. We probably start though.
Okay. That is a lot. And dance, Reagan, what kind of dance do you do?
I really do everything, but the most I dance is hip hop and jazz. But
Hmm.
I do a lot.
Awesome. Hip hop is my favorite also. So I love that we're both dancers. It doesn't surprise me. So, a little insider tip, Reagan and I go all the way back to when her sister Lori was born. I'm going to share a photo on in the show notes of Reagan when she was at one of our meals back in 2019, when Lori was born, because it's been a long time. So it's super great for me here too, an ICU baby all together, to have these two here. So exciting. Okay. So Braylon, tell me a little bit about what you remember about when Eris was born. What brought her to the NICU?
It was her cerebral palsy and her epilepsy, and then she had extra fingers and toes. She still has extra toes, but not extra fingers. But when she was in the NICU, they had like this thing, this like her arms was out, and I think her feet was out, but it was like she was inside of this gray, like she was laying down in bed, and it was something over her. Like she could still breathe and stuff, but I don't know what it was. But you could touch her hands and stuff, but she was just inside of like a, I wouldn't say container, but inside of like a incubator. Is that what? I don't know what it was, but she
It
was
was like a
inside of it.
bed where she was sat
Yeah,
inside it?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a bed, but it was something over her body,
Okay.
basically.
From when
But
she was born?
that's yeah, that's the only thing. Or that's when they put her in the NICU. That's when she had that. Cause my sister
Okay.
came out blue. I think that's why she was in there. Maybe
Okay.
that's why came out blue a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so she was having trouble at birth. So they probably might have had to do something called cooling. That might have been what she was doing to protect her. Okay. That's amazing you remember that. What did somebody tell you about that? Do you remember anybody saying anything about what was going on?
Nah, everybody's kind of confused because we never seen it before.
Yeah.
But then that's when my mom started studying about everything more. Cerebral palsy, epilepsy. That's when she started studying and stuff around that time.
Wow. Your mom sounds like a superhero.
She is. She is.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. That's awesome. Is Eris your only sister? Okay. You got two special babies in that house, huh? You and her. Awesome. And Reagan, tell me a little bit about those first days with Lori. What do you remember?
I remember my mom saying her water broke because we were at the house. And I was like, I didn't think it was that time, but then she was like, okay, I have to go to the hospital. So I had to stay at a family member's house while she went to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess a day after that, they had said that the baby was born early, but I thought like that was completely fine. I thought it was normal. So I was kind of excited, but then I remember when I went to the hospital to see her, she was really, really small. Like she was
Yeah.
very small. So I was kind of confused, but like as time went on, I kind of like understood, okay, like she's not a normal baby. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember um, a time when you visited her?
Um I do remember we had to wash our hands a lot. When we went to see her, it was a lot of fresh hands. So every time I would see her, I remember I could hold her hand because she was also one of those incubator thingies. So I
Yep.
remember I could hold her hand through a hole, and she would always grab my finger. It's really cute.
It's really cute. Yeah.
It
Really
smells
cute.
different in there too.
Yeah.
It's a certain. It's not. It don't. It smells good, but it's just like a really really baby smell in there.
Hmm.
It's the regular hospital one.
Oh, that's interesting. You noticed that sensory difference, like it was smelling different, washing your hands a lot. What other things did you notice about any sights or sounds? Obviously, it looks different than another hospital. Remember
A
anything
lot of
from the noises?
cords. Oof, a lot of
Yeah.
cords. And my sister had some tubes helping her breathe, eat. I think I don't know all the way around, but I remember because holding her, she had like the little breathing tube, probably
Yep.
cords, all that stuff.
Yeah. Do you remember feeling in those times, especially when it was early? You mentioned, Braylon, that everybody was sort of confused, which is exactly what we all feel when that happens. It's like Upsy Downtown, which you guys are too young to know that song, but where everything is kind of like, what's going on here? Things are upside down. Did anybody tell you anything that helped you to feel more understanding, or nobody was really talking to you?
No, people was talking to me, but I don't know. I honestly I don't know, but I'm a smart kid, so I knew what it was from the jump.
Okay.
So I just didn't know what was going on, but I knew what it was. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, something wasn't right.
Yeah.
Wasn't like typical or, in air quotes. Okay. And at the hospitals you were all there, were you able I heard you both say that you were able to go in. Was there any limitations on you being there? Or were you able
Yeah.
to go with your
Yeah.
parents?
You could go
Tell
with
me.
your parents and go by yourself. I don't you stay night? I don't think it's it.
No, I couldn't stay the night. I had to leave.
I don't think I could either.
Yeah.
I think your
Okay.
parents could though. I think they could stay there.
Okay. Yeah, because you were for everybody who's listening, Braylon and Reagan were in different states. So their baby sisters were in different NICUs in different states at different times. They are just amazing friends now. So super, super glad to have you both with different perspectives from different places, right? And we know each hospital is a little different. So I love hearing that you were allowed to go in at your ages that you were. You were allowed to, once you were all washed up and sterilized a million times, you were allowed to interact with your baby sisters. That's amazing. Uh, was there any programs at the hospital? So any think your parents have done a good job of trying to help you understand what's going on, right? Sounds like they were trying to talk to you as what they knew, age appropriate, which is good. Were there any programs in the hospitals that helped you guys? Did the doctors talk to you, nurses? Was there child life? Anybody there that you remember?
I do have a family member that works in the hospital, so she was at the hospital that my sister was at. So she kinda explained some stuff to me also. But then again, I wasn't in the hospital for, like, long periods of time. I would only go to see her and then go right out. So but other than that, I don't think any doctors or anything else, like, they have talked to me, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. How about you, Braylon?
Same thing. I had no families in the hospital. I mean,
Yeah.
working there. It was
Yeah.
just like, I had to figure it out. When I did, honestly,
Good. Did you feel comfortable asking questions? Did you ask a lot of questions? You're both very smart, I can tell, and curious.
yeah, I
Good.
asked a bunch of questions.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad, glad, glad. Okay. So both of your baby sisters are home. They've been home for a while now, as you guys are much older. Um, what was it like? What was your life like when your sisters were ready to come home? What had to change for you guys?
I remember I was living at my grandma's house. I was living in my grandma's house at the time, and she had this room where it was like they were painting like they were getting all together for her and they were painting it pink and I'm like it was so cute. And at the time I thought it was my room. So I was getting so excited. I was really excited because I thought it was my room.
Yeah.
But then they had moved Lori into it. I was a little jealous because I thought it was in my room. But there was a lot of machines. It was a lot of stuff, and, like, through the time, I also learned a lot of stuff from the nurses because I was watching a lot. So, I was kinda like the backup nurse, kind of, when I was in there. But, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you were a good helper. I remember that very well. Mhm. Yeah, so your life had to change a bit when she came home. Well, even when she was there, right? You had to move in with grandma, and then when she came home with a lot of equipment. Do you think that disrupted your life at all? Made it different?
I remember a lot of the attention was on her. So, it was because I was the only child, so a lot of, like I was so used to always getting everything I wanted, like, just getting all the attention, everybody's focused on me, but after that, I was kinda just like, "I'm right here," like, "Hello," but cause I don't know cause I was also the youngest. I was really the youngest, like, out of everybody, my cousins, my other siblings on my dad's side, so, I was a baby, so everybody was focused on me, but I kinda got used to it because I also put my focus to Lori also. So, I kinda got used to not everything being about me, but I had to learn that a little bit the hard way. So, yeah.
Yeah. But you it sounds like you really embraced being a provider, right? Becoming one of her care providers, her big sister. That's a big role. That's a big role. And what about you, Braylon? What do you think, had to change for you in your life having a little sister in the NICU?
Kinda like Reagan. I was on the job for 10, no, 8 years, 7 years, so I got everything I wanted, chill. But then when my sister came, I had to, like, step back a little bit and just chill, and then it didn't change my life. Life is still the same. It's still everything was the same. Just we just wasn't as free as much because we didn't know how heirs, could if she could get sick or not, we can't bring certain equipment, medicine. That's another thing I had to learn how to do her medicine, feed her G2. Before she on G2 and we had gave her milk. you had to put Simply Thick in the milk would make it thicker, cause that's how she could swallow it. So I just had to. I paid attention to a lot of stuff. I still do now. I could take care. If I had to, I could take care of Eris if I had to, but I don't
Wow.
got to.
So even back then, you got trained on how to feed her with a G tube, maybe how to feed her by mouth too when she was doing that? Were you giving her bottles ever?
Yeah, then, yeah.
Wow. So you both really embrace the role of big brother and big sister in that care team. We talk a lot about the doctors and the nurses being the care providers, like in quotes. And then we also include the parent, that they have a role. They're the parent head of the medical team. It sounds to me like we also need to be saying the big sister role, the big brother role in the healthcare team as well. Does that sound right to you?
Yes.
It's overlooked probably too.
I think you're
Might
right.
be overlooked,
Yeah.
man. Some days you might have to stay home for school, cause who knows if if your dad's not there, you don't got anybody to help you and your mom. Then your mom might have needed to stay home to school. I had to do it before and watch Eris all day.
Yeah.
Now I could still do my work. I just wasn't present in school for a day because I had to watch Eris because she ain't had no nurse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you really had to step up, both of you, right, to cover the gaps in the family, right? That
yes,
have
yeah.
by having a baby in the NICU, right? And then coming home with medical needs. It sounds like they both girls came home with a G tube. Did Eris have to have a tracheostomy, breathe through her neck, or is she breathing by mouth?
She was my mouth.
Okay. So you had some similarities there too with the G tubes too. Okay. I'm really impressed by you both. That's amazing, and it gives me a lot to think about in my role in helping families, and siblings and helping our nurses and doctors who are out there listening right now about including you all in the baby's life right away when you're ready, right? Sometimes some kids may not be as ready as you both are, or were at the time, or willing. Um, how do you think having a baby in the NICU, so having your little sisters in the NICU, changed you as a big brother or big sister?
I don't think it did. Oh, or positively, yeah, it did. But
Yeah.
it didn't really make like no big difference.
Yeah.
'Cause I was still the same. I was still the same person. I was just more aware.
Tell me more about that, being more aware. That's what I'm
I
wondering.
I was more aware because Air's a wild baby regardless. You can't leave her on the bed or chop by herself. Cause she might roll off the bed or she might be at the end of the bed or Air's is still wild and they she's just like a regular kid. She's still wild. It's just little things, you know what I'm saying? So I had to be aware or if Sam playing the game and my mom had to use the bathroom real quick.
Mhm.
She might bring Aries in the living room with me or in my room and sit her on my bed. She got run out. So I gotta look back every once in a while, every 5 minutes, make sure she good. She's not seizuring or she ain't use the bathroom, anything like that.
Mhm.
So you gotta be aware, pay attention.
Yeah, it was a little different. You
Yeah.
have to have a
It's
little bit
way
more awareness probably than if she were a typically developing baby who hadn't been in the NICU.
yeah, I feel like the NICU probably could have got some babies even more sick too.
Hmm.
Like I know it's clean in there, but that probably could have got babies even more sick than it was the first time.
Hmm. What do you mean?
Like I feel like cause how I explain it? Cause near that time COVID is coming up. Near that time when
Yep.
our systems are born. So they all in a hospital with all that stuff. Other people sick.
Mm.
You know, it's like they never felt fresh air in their life
Hmm.
other than hospital air. So when they first come out, like everything's weird, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't trying to explain is like the NICU is good, but I'm just saying it probably who knows what it could have did. Who knows what goes on in the NICU?
Well, I think you do. You were there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is a very sterile environment. There isn't any fresh air. There's light through windows only. Maybe if you have a room with windows. It's dark. Yeah. Yeah. I love that you thought about that, about Eris getting her first breath of fresh air. Were you there when she went home?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Did she notice that she was in a different place?
Yes, she did.
Mm.
Eris is aware to herself.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about you, Reagan? Um, what do you think changed in you? Again, not like your daily, like, oh, I couldn't go here or there, but like, how did it having a baby in the NICU impact you?
I feel like my responsibility and also what Braylon said, being aware,
Mm.
because like you never know. I remember she had this machine that it will like beep every single minute, and but you have to press a button in order for it to like to stop beeping.
Mhm.
So like if you didn't hear it, it was gonna keep going off and off and off and off. So I remember that making me more aware of like being with her a lot. Even when the nurses were there, I was still with Lori,
Yep.
and my responsibilities changed when I had to okay, I gotta like tune into her because she's not one of the normal babies, so she needs more help with things.
Yep.
But yeah, just my responsibility and being more aware.
Yeah. I think it makes perfect sense, and I thank you both for sharing that because I know it's not it's it's a very private part of your life, and, um, it's really important here. So, do you think having a baby in the NICU or so a little baby sister in the NICU prepared you for being a big brother or sister differently, besides these 2 things that we talked about, being aware? You think that's
Yeah, it's gonna help me be a father also,
Mm,
because it it sets a level of discipline you have to have.
mhm.
Like,
It teaches patience.
yeah, a
Mm.
bunch. And yeah, yeah, that's yeah, patience for real. I ain't even think of that. It does because you gotta wait because their development is different than the regular human.
Yeah.
Everything's different. But I believe a nonverbal premature child is just as verbal as a verbal regular mature child because they're just as smart as us if you think about it.
Hmm.
Cause they can talk with their eyes, their body language. Like they can't talk with their mouth. So it's like you have to pay attention. That's what I mean by aware. You gotta pay attention to certain stuff. So I think it would be a better father, a better human, better person.
Wow. Yeah, both of your ability to tune in to other people, like, in it's such a subtle way that nonverbal, like you're talking about, is, something I wish for everybody to be able to do. It's very astute of you, very wise, very wise. Do you know anybody else who had NICU brothers or sisters in your school?
Well, you know Reagan. I didn't even know Reagan had one till like 2 years ago, I think. I don't even
Okay,
know, sometime.
okay. How do you guys know each other?
School.
Went to
School.
middle school together.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. So we know that the folks who listen to this episode, everybody out there who's listening, thank you. Um, you know, want to know a little bit about what we can do better. So, what do you think as parents? And it's not a, you know, a statement to your parents. It might have been something they did great or something you wish they did. What could parents in general, it's again not a statement to your own experience, but what do you think parents could do to help their older siblings, so their older children, through the experience of having a baby in the NICU? What would you hope them to do?
I feel like to help them more, like to help them help us,
Mhm.
it would be like say they're patient with the babies, I feel like they should be patient with us too, because we're also learning
Mhm.
that, like, just it was a process to this. So I feel like they should also be patient with us trying to, like, process everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, just being patient, really.
What about you, Braylon? Anything?
Give them more clarity on what's going on.
Okay.
Cause they might say everything, but some parents might sugarcoat 'em. Like my parents, they don't sugarcoat nothing to me.
Okay.
Nothing. Everything we talk about is straightforward because in the real world, no one's gonna sugarcoat nothing or baby you or
Mhm.
tell you what you want to hear. So I feel as if you just gotta hear the real, and that's how you gain all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Patience, the awareness is gonna come, cause you'll move different once your parents talk to you about what's really going on, rather than just saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, your sister this," or "She is a little that." No, you just gotta tell the truth. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I agree with you there. That sounds really profound, and we will make sure folks are hearing this because it is important. Um, and what do you think you might say to another brother or sister, right? So right now we're in many hospitals here in the state of Florida, and people who listen are in hospitals around the world. Okay, so you know people who are listening here, and they have babies in the NICU who have big brothers and sisters. If we could transport you, which we're going to do with this episode, to sit with that big brother or big sister, what would you want them to know? What would you say to them?
I'd say that, like, you're not alone because there's also other teenagers with the same problem.
Mhm.
So it's normal, but it's not normal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you have other people that go through the same thing. But yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Me, I feel, man, just keep going. Don't stop. Some kids immature. They might say something about your family. Don't let it get to you. It's gonna get to you a couple times, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's it'll get to me, but when you get a level of respect from people and you know yourself and you know your family and your sister or your brother, whatever, it's not gonna phase you as much. But when you're growing up in middle school, some people's immature, some people is this rude, and some people like and joke around, but some people don't like joking like that. Some people will really get messed up off of these saying stuff like that. And it's the reason why people not, I mean, family members not in the NICU. Everybody family can't handle that.
Right. So you're referring to, you know, other kids kind of picking on you or saying things that are not kind or not helpful.
Yeah, I didn't get picked on anything like that. But there's been times where somebody would say something.
Yeah.
Well, I never got picked on or bullied about it or
Yeah.
anything like
But
that.
they'll say something that hurts. And you're saying, know yourself, stay inside. It's understandable that it hurts to hear, but you're bigger than them. It's their problem, not yours.
Yeah.
Does that sound right? Yeah. Yeah. Something else I heard from you both today is to lean into it, right? This is happening for you and it's happening, it's out of your hands, out of your parents' hands, out of your baby sister or brother's hands. And this is a new opportunity to learn and grow and become really, I mean, you guys are kind of like junior nurses. If you're doing all these feeds and doing all of the care and the diapers and the things, that's stuff that a lot of adults don't even know how to do. Most. These are things that are really incredible about you both and our NICU big brothers and sisters is you get a set of skills that a lot of most adults don't even have. And you're so much younger. Do you think
And you gotta keep your house clean. That's another thing. You got to do that. Having cause when they coming from that NICU, they were in a very clean environment, regardless how whatever is going on. It's clean in there. They don't even wear their outside clothes. They wear like when you go when it
yeah, the
was cold at
gown.
first and that they had them little mask and all that, not but like little head man. They had an actual mask on their head and this little body shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
That's how what they wear in NICU. They wear that, but it's just like white, and you can see their face, and they can talk to you. But they don't even wear outside clothes. They have gloves on. They don't do none of that stuff. So it's just a whole different environment.
Yeah, you had to be the post-NICU home, so you had to be part of making the house clean, to probably still washing your hands more than you feel like you would have ever done in your life, even at home probably. Does that sound right? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
My little baby cousin, he's not. He wasn't NICU regular mature baby, but you still gotta wash your hands before you hold them because the immune system weak. So from with the baby with was as premature, their immune system even weaker than a newborn baby.
Yeah.
So it's just another level.
Yeah. Yeah, so you play a big role in, I mean, that's the environmental services, right? The people at the hospital are taking
Yeah.
care of that. You come home, you guys are part of not just the nursing team, now you're part of the environmental services team, right? You gotta do the cleanup, you gotta keep things clean. You're part of nutrition services, you gotta do the feeding, right? This is a big role for our big brothers and sisters.
Yeah, my parents are also really strict because not parents, but my mom and grandma, they're
Yeah.
also like really big on being clean because it was also during the time of COVID. So they were definitely cautious of going outside, washing hands, wiping everything down,
Yeah, my mom and dad was.
changing your outside clothes. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
lot.
My mom and dad were like that too. And in COVID, everybody know if some girls were mostly boys, you was on the game all night. So you had to like get yourself together in the morning the next day. Cause you up all night. So like couldn't have been loud cause she's sleeping. So my sister, it's two ways she can have her seizure.
Mhm.
One, she doesn't get enough sleep,
Oh.
or she's sick.
Mhm.
And we think if she gets too excited, man, cause my dad was home with us for the past couple days, and I think she hadn't seen my mom said, but I think it's cause she was just really excited.
Hmm.
Cause who knows what can trigger her. But we know for sure is when she don't get enough sleep, and it's when she's sick or about to get sick. Well, we think it was just cause she was really excited, cause
'Cause she was real
it been a
happy.
little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to kinda manage that too, always being more aware, like you mentioned before, being more in tune with the environment.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, but the first time I saw that season, my mom was scared. And it's not like no, like her face turn, her lips turn blue. She doesn't joke or nothing like that.
Okay.
But it's just still being a mom. Imagine being a mom. We just came back from Wilmington or wherever it's going, and we in the house, and then she's holding Eris in the Eris. So I have to see that's scary for anybody who never didn't get used to that.
Yeah. If you look back on your time when your sisters, Eris and Lori, were in the NICU, and if you had, like, one wish, one magic wand thing, you could wave it, and it would change something about that time, what do you think it would be? And also, it could be nothing. If you're like, "No, it was fine." Hmm.
This what I would say. If I could, I'll make Eris not even have to go through all that stuff she goes through. But it teaches you things at the same time. Like it's it's more as a blessing than it is as like a problem
Yeah.
or like another priority. Like it's really a blessing because she's different, you know? Everybody's you go look at some people, everybody act the same, look the same, talk the same, walk the same. But having a NICU sibling or a premature sibling, it's more things to learn.
Hmm.
It opens your mind. It opens your knowledge. All that, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's if I could though, I would make it to where she's just reverent. But it's it's alright if that's
Yeah.
if you couldn't like that. It is what it is. Cause you accept it regardless. You got to.
Yeah.
What I would do if I had a wand, what Braylon said, I would try to like make her just like a normal baby, like
Mm.
a normal healthy baby, which she is, but I wouldn't like want her to, like he said, go through what she had to go through.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah. Makes sense. Is there something about like, if you think beyond your sisters, what do you think every hospital should have for big brothers and sisters? Just dream it up.
Maybe whatever your brother sister diagnosed with, it's a little book on it. And they give you a book, read it,
Mhm.
something like that.
Okay. That makes good
I'd
sense.
say, yeah, I'd say if like the sibling has like a hard time processing what their sibling is going through,
Yep.
probably like a club or something where like they know they're not alone, and just yeah, just know they're not alone.
It needs to be visual too.
Yeah.
Like pictures in the book of what goes on in the brain.
Yeah.
Cause this is just as interesting as a regular person's brain. Because it's way different. Like my sister is how she processes things is different from how I processes things. She
Yep.
goes through a whole harder, longer process. So that's interesting at the same time.
That makes sense. A club, a place where they can feel welcome too, even if they can't be with their baby sister or brother at the bedside. Someone to say, "Hey, you're not alone." Yeah. At ICU Baby, we talk about the word hope, and I'm actually wearing our Hope Parade t-shirt today. It's our annual walk at the zoo because we like to bring back all of our families every year and walk around the zoo and celebrate NICU time. What does that word hope mean to you?
Mm, I'll say believing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Honesty?
this might be trouble, and this might get quoted, cause this some real stuff. I honestly feel I don't hope no more. It's not a bad thing. I just have too much faith
Hmm.
to hope. I have faith this is gonna happen. I don't got hope, cause hoping is it's when you hope for something, it's still doubt in your heart. But when you have faith for something, it's no doubt. It's gonna happen. You just gotta trust them. I honestly feel I don't hope. I just have faith.
Okay. That's amazing. Anything else about that, Reagan?
Um, like I said, my word would be like believing,
Mhm.
because if you don't like believe that everything's gonna turn out fine, and like it's just like, well, what are you gonna do? Because you have to like at least put some type of trust in the process of what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome.
That's what we say. My school, my team, my coach Donald. That's what we say. Trust the process.
Trust the process. This is true. This is absolutely true. I am so, so grateful that you sat down with us today. And I hope this will be something that we can do again as you guys get older and wiser. And I think our world is much better for the two of you being in it and for your sisters being in it and your parents being in it. And I feel really, really, really grateful to have had the chance to chat with you guys today. And I hope that we'll be able to talk again soon. We are being joined here by Lena Acosta Sandal, who is a licensed marriage family therapist. and really specializes in early childhood development, and has helped so many folks, including myself, understand what normal development looks like, and how to help our kids through tough times. So, Lena, thank you for joining us today to give us some tips as parents in the NICU. Um, what can we know about the developmental age? Most of our other children, so the older children, are between 1 and 15 max. 1 and 10 usually. They're pretty young. What can we know about that time frame, and going through a stressful time like the NICU? This is a traumatic event for the whole family. What are some things we can understand about our older children during those early years?
I think something that a lot of adults miss is that children in early childhood, definitely those under 5, but 10 and younger, use our nervous system, our mood
Hmm.
to regulate their own, right? So they are constantly, I like to give the picture to parents of like they're constantly taking like a plug from their nervous system and
Yeah.
plugging it into yours. Right? So in a scenario where you are at the NICU, I just frightened the bejesus out of you because I just told you they're plugging into your nervous system and I know that your nervous system is stressed out, right? So I don't expect any parent to be perfect, but what all of the children need is clarity and confirmation that what they're feeling is correct. And what I mean by that is if your little person tells you, "Mommy, are you happy?" Because they don't ask
Mm.
you, "Are you sad?" And they don't ask you, "Are you scared?" They ask you, "Mommy, are you happy?" Right? You have to say to them, "You're asking me because you see my face." So the number one tip I will tell you is be age appropriately candid with what is happening with your mood. Because then when they plug into your nervous system, they don't have to feel crazy because if what you're saying to them, "No, mommy, okay," doesn't match how it feels, then that's where the lack of safety comes in. That's when you have the challenging behavior, right? And another thing is that a child in a situation where there's this high stress, and the high stress is not bad. It's the natural human response of being in the NICU is to be scared and stressed. That's what you're supposed to be feeling, right? It's more about taking care of the waves. But for that child, what they need is as much consistency as possible, right? Make sure that you're still maintaining the routine as best you can, right? And also, I know that a lot of parents with siblings feel so guilty that they're not with the second child, right? And that becomes part of the big stressor. It's very important to predict when you will be with them, but then when you're with them, be present. It's not quantity of time, it's quality of time. And then the rest of the time, make sure that they are being taken care of by that soft, gentle, loving cotton balls of love
Hmm.
second person, um, because
Yeah.
that's important.
Even just this week, I've had all the spectrums, right? The parenting array, where it's one family saying, "Thank goodness I don't have an older child. I can't imagine dividing myself." And the next one saying, "Thank goodness I have an older child because I know that I can get through this and I get some time to spend away from them." And another one, like everyone has their own thing and we're all sort of like multifolding our guilt, right? So I love that you mentioned that. Um, and it's just, it is a large burden to bear, and I really appreciate you mentioning that regulation because we talk about it a bit for our babies too, right? What we can do with our sensory systems to help our babies with their sensory systems, and it's reassuring to know that that is also true for our older kids too. Our older kids too. Amazing.
Mhm.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, for these quick tips, and we look forward to having you on your own episode soon. Joining us now is Reagan's mom, Shakima. And y'all have met her in the past from a previous episode about being a trach mama. And I just wanted her to come in so y'all can sort of see the full picture here. And I wanted to share with you, Shakima, that you're daughter and Braylon are extraordinary, and you all have done a great job. This is out to Braylon's mom and dad too out there. You've done an awesome job with these kids. They're our future, and I really hope that they maybe will consider a job in healthcare in the future and become neonatologists themselves, maybe, and take care of many generations of other kids as they've done a great job with their own little sisters.
Yes, I would love that. That would be an honor if she would be in the nursing field or something.
Yeah.
That would be great. But I knew that they would do well with this. And it's always great to hear the other side of, get their perspective as a sibling. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the outcome of this and for you guys to come back and get updates and
Yeah.
see how things are going,
For sure.
in a year or so.
Yeah.
Because these are high school students, so they'll be preparing for college soon and all these great things. Raiden is a dancer, Braylon is a football player. So they have a lot of amazing things going on. And they also have great grades.
Yeah.
So
That's
even
clear.
with yes, even with navigating and helping out their siblings, they're still able to stay on top of things that that are important in their lives. So
Yeah.
I'm excited with them as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much, Braylon, Reagan, and Shakima, for helping us put this together. It has been a true honor. And as I opened this episode today, that this is the best day for Beyond the Beeps yet. And I'm so excited for the world to hear this. And for all of you out there who are sitting at your baby sister or brother's bedside, or you're at home or at a grandma's house, trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe you're having big feelings. Maybe this is all cool for you too. Braylon and Reagan and I want you to know, just like they said, you are not alone. We are here with you. And we look forward to sitting with you again on our next episode soon.